excited to share with you my completed Europe travel albums. So it was such a big trip that we had tons of photos and I needed to split it into 2 albums, which is pretty typical for me. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to jump right into it. And hopefully you'll be able to see the 12 by 12 size well. So I have the video showing on my watch, so I'm checking that I'm in frame. So if you see me looking at my watch, that's what I'm doing. Okay. All right, so first, this is my cover page. I don't love it, but it is what it is. It gives all the information that you need. So this was a trip to Europe in 2017, and we ended up going to 12 different places. So here I have listed out all the places that we went, and then you can't probably see this very well, but there's little numbers inside the geotags that correspond with the numbers over here. So we started out in Venice. We were in Venice for a few days, and then we took a Mediterranean cruise, and we were on the cruise for 11 days. And we went to Croatia, Malta, Italy, France, and Spain. So on the page following that, I have my itinerary. So just more detailed dates of where we were each date. Then each section I have a large 12 by 12 photo, and that's how I've divided them. And then I added the location and the dates that we were in that location. So we flew from Phoenix to Venice. We had several different stops along the way. So it took us, with the time change and everything, it took us two full days of traveling. And so kind of for my design formula, what I did this time was I printed out a lot of oversized photos. I had tons of photos and I really wanted to showcase those photos. So I did lots of 9 by 12 and 12 by 12 photos. And so for my 9 by 12 photos that were horizontal, I ended up doing a lot of digital embellishing, and then combined with actual physical embellishing. So definitely a hybrid approach there. So here's a picture of me in the airport with my passport and my traveler's notebook that I used to create a little traveler's notebook on the trip, or a little travel journal on the trip. And then also for each day, we were logging all of our travel in Facebook. So I was able to go back, because this was a trip we did 5 years ago. I was able to go back to our Facebook posts and get our in the moment journaling, which I was so happy when I found that, because it has Kevin posting, it has me posting, so we get both of our words in there. And then we also have comments from family members. So that was a lot of fun. And I went and put those on these 4 by 8 inserts. So you'll see those a lot in here. And I used this Travelog stamp. I have lots of digital stamps that I used in here from In a Creative Bubble. So you'll see those throughout the album. This is an Ali Edwards digital stamp. So it was just a travelogue of us actually getting there, which was really exciting. And then I also have, like I mentioned, I did a little travel journal, paper travel journal while we were there. And so I wanted to include that in this album. And so I copied, actually just photocopied, and then I laminated them and stuck them in here. So you can see that as well. So I definitely have in the moment journaling captured, which is fun. So you will see a lot of the same photos. Like this photo I also enlarged because I picked my favorite photos of the day and posted them or put them in my journal. So you'll see them kind of multiple times in here. Then on the back here, I just added some stamps from Ali Edwards, just so that it wasn't plain. Here's a picture of us with all of our bags. So that's all we took. We were gone for about, I think, 17 days or something. I can't remember. But yeah, so we each packed like 1 suitcase and 1 carry-on, and I had my purse, and that's it. So we packed very strategically. We did our currency exchange. This is us at the airport. And then this was fun. This was a card from, I believe this is In a Creative Bubble. Not 100% sure. And so we visited 11 different cities. There was 2 travelers. Our accommodations were mainly hotel and ship. Oh, 18 days. We were gone for 18 days. We packed 4 bags. Average temperature was 60 degrees Fahrenheit. And modes of travel, we did lots. Airplane, train, car, bus, and boat. And steps per day, a lot. I didn't have that tracked at the time, but it was a lot. I remember a lot of walking. So I had over 1,300 photos that I took on this trip. And additional details was not enough time to see it all. That was my main kind of complaint about doing the cruise, was that we had to be on such a schedule and it just felt like we were rushed the whole time. So it accomplished what we wanted. We wanted to see lots of different places to figure out what areas we liked and what areas we wanted to travel back to. But it was kind of like an overview. It wasn't like a deep dive on any of the places that we went. So I wish we would have had more time and not been so time constrained in the places that we went. And I did, for design, let me talk about design again here. I did a lot of I want to remember journaling. So looking back now, 5 years later, what do I remember? And I did those on these circle journal templates that are from Allie Edwards. And they were from one of her travel product play classes, I believe. The one where she actually goes to Italy and does her Italy trip. She did that as well. So I thought that was a great idea. And I put that in here and I just put some vellum behind it. And I did a lot of 4x6 photos. I don't think I did any 3x4 photos. So I did mostly 4x6 and then photo enlargements. So here's just pictures of us on the plane traveling there. Passport picture of us getting our stamp in Frankfurt. And just more journaling. Here's another piece of that travel journal that I did with our tags and Coca-Cola Light. So that was a big thing because I was addicted to Diet Pepsi at the time, and so I could not find any diet soda in Europe, so I ended up finding Coca-Cola Light. So that was a big thing. I think this was just a tag from Germany, sticker on something. And then I did put together these little 2x2 pockets with just some things that I had left over from the trip that I wanted to include. So lots of travel luggage tags. These are some things that I purchased for the trip. So I bought some teaks to go walking around. So I included those. And I think that's it. And then we get to Venice. So we were in Venice for 2 days. And it was amazing and I want to go back. So this is just us when we were on the boat getting into Venice, getting into Venice. I was just amazed at all the houses on the water. It was so cool. More of our travel log. This is the route from the airport to where we were staying. So it was awesome. There was like there was like markers on the water, like lane markers, which is interesting. And then you went down and went into the canal. And just more of my travel journal. So this is me on the boat when we were getting into Venice. There's another picture of it. This was our hotel room. We stayed at the Rialto Hotel, which is right next to the Rialto Bridge. It was an awesome hotel. I loved it. But I thought their keyboard thing was really cool. They had these little tassel keychains with a physical key. And so we got one of those. Had these masks for Venice. And then this was a picture of our room once we got there. On this page, I transcribed a vlog that Kevin did and posted on Facebook about all the things that he wanted to remember from Venice. So I thought that was really cool. I wanted to capture that. Here's a picture of me looking out of our hotel room. So we could open up the window and open up the shutters and just look out right onto the canal. So here's our hotel room. There's my hotel room right there. And this is the Rialto Bridge. And this is our view looking out from the hotel room. And this is from the Rialto Bridge looking back to our hotel. So you can see we looked out and we could see all kinds of activity going on. So that's why I said soaking it all in, sensory overload for sure. just lots of things going on. But that was cool, just being able to like open up the window and look out. I did end up getting a lot of postcards after the fact because I was not scrapbooking at the time that we went on this trip, other than just doing that little travel journal. So I didn't have a lot of ephemera. So I went and purchased some. So I purchased a lot of postcards. These are from an artist in France. His name is Eric Garance. So I'll have a few from him as well. And then I did get some from Redbubble. This is our view looking at the Rialto from the hotel. So you can see there's like artists down there selling things. There's restaurants, there's shops, there's all kinds of boats. It was very busy and fun. We did go on a gondola ride. So here's just a picture from our ride, just going down the canals. It was just absolutely stunning, very beautiful. You could see the little boats or gondolas going by as we were walking around the city. This is us on the Rialto Bridge. So there's shops on either side, and then there's a walkway in between. Just more pictures from around Venice. And we did, so for me, I was really excited to do some high-end shopping in Venice. I'd saved up my money so I could buy a Louis Vuitton. So I actually bought my first Louis Vuitton while we were there. So I was super excited about that. We did go to this restaurant, what's it called? Florian, that's what it is. So we went to this Florian restaurant, which is a really famous restaurant and has, it's like a little coffee and pastry shop. So that was fun. So just some pictures of us there. When we were there, it was raining. It was really, really raining. And so there were tons of lines to get into this. So we didn't go to that. I can't remember what that is called. I should have written it down. Anyway, so there's just more information about the cafe. So I tried to put a lot of detail so I would remember, but I obviously forgot to do that one, of where we were and kind of what was important about the places that we went. So this one was a cafe open since 1720, which is amazing. And then we did go to another restaurant that was on the water, and this one was the Florian. No, this is the Florian, and this is the Restaurant di Terrazzo Somariva. Hopefully I'm saying that even close to correctly. So this is what we ate. There's a really funny story about this meal, and it's in Kevin's vlog. But I ordered pasta, just like regular spaghetti, I think, and Kevin ordered, I think he ordered this, and the waiter's like, oh, I'm gonna bring you seafood. And I was like, no, I don't want seafood. But this is what I got, like this big plate with all these, you can see like tentacles and all kinds of stuff. I was like, I can't eat that. So Kevin actually ate that, and then I ate what he got, which was just pasta with mushrooms and chicken. But that was a funny story. Kevin was obsessed with gelato while we were there, so he ate gelato, I think, every single place we went. So I had to get a picture of him with his gelato. And just another picture of the gondolas lined up on the water by the restaurant. Thought that was really pretty. This is just our hotel bill and card from the hotel. And so here's me on the gondola ride. And this is another picture of us right after we got out of the gondola. And I'm like kicking myself because I wished I would have had the gondola driver, I don't know what you call them, the gondola guy, take pictures of us in the gondola right there. I wish I would have done that, but I just think this is a really pretty picture. Just more pictures of us on the ride. And then after our gondola ride, we went to a restaurant, and it was really good restaurant. And then we went to St. Mark's Square, which I think was just one of my trip highlights for sure. It was at night. It was clear. The sky was really clear. There was bells chiming. I don't know. It was just amazing, amazing experience. I was like so in awe of being there and so happy to be there. And I just never wanted to forget that moment. So Kevin bought me a rose from one of the people that were walking around selling things. This is the restaurant we went to, Marco Polo restaurant. Just some things from around Venice. So again, like I went to Louis Vuitton, I got that. I went to Tiffany's, just different places that we went. And then I like to include a map of the places that we went. So I tried to do that in every location. So here's the map for Venice. And then I just put pictures, extra pictures from around where we were. And on this one, I wanted to include some information so I wouldn't forget, like, what is the Rialto Bridge, Palazzo Ducali, Bridge of Sighs, and, you know, this is a picture I took of it, and what is that? So I could remember the little cafe that Kevin went to for his coffee. And then we get to the cruise. So on this page, I included a map of the ship decks, and this is our stateroom right here. We had a nice room with a balcony. We were in room D17134 on Vision of the Seas. It was a Royal Caribbean International cruise line. So we were on there from 4:19 to 4:30. And this is the picture they take of you when you get on the ship. So I was excited to be going on our journey. Kevin made me an animal towel because they do that on cruises here. And they didn't do that when we were on there. They did some nights, but not every night. And so he thought he was being hilarious and made me this towel animal. That was like this crazy looking guy. He's a funny guy. All right. So then every day I put in our cruise itinerary, which I like because it tells where we were, and then it gives like the weather, the sunrise, sunset, and then just kind of on the back you can see the itinerary for the day and all the activities that are going on the ship. Here are pictures of our stateroom. So it was pretty good. It had like a couch with a pull-out bed. We had a balcony. There was a TV, desk to get ready, and the bathroom. So nothing spectacular, but it was nice. And then this is a picture of us completely jet lagged. We were really jet lagged at that point. So we were trying not to fall asleep in the afternoons. So our first port of call on our cruise ship was Croatia, Dubrovnik, Croatia. We were there on 4/20. And we went to the Game of Thrones tour there, which was so fun. So this is just a picture of us up on the wall. There's a wall all the way around Old Town, and you can tour and walk around the whole thing. So this was us up on that wall. Our travelogue again for the day. So here's our tickets for the Game of Thrones tour, my travel journal page, cruise itinerary. This is a picture. Isn't this amazing? Like, this is a real place in Croatia. They actually used this as a filming location in Game of Thrones. I just thought it was so pretty. And then here's another picture of Old Town, the main road there. Croatia postcard. And I did also get stickers from each place from Redbubble after the fact. Here's just more beautiful scenery. This is a picture that I actually got off the internet. This is an aerial view of Old Town Dubrovnik. So you can see the wall that goes all the way around. You could walk around, and then just the main streets there. And then just pictures that I took of Old Town, us up on the wall, again, walking around, view out to the sea. This is the gate into Old Town. So it's actually a drawbridge, which was really cool. Lots of crows flying around. It was just such a cool place. They also filmed Star Wars The Last Jedi in Croatia. So I don't know if you know that movie, but if you do, they have like a casino scene, and it's filmed here. And so they added these lights around the windows there. This picture of Darth Vader, kind of crazy. This is looking at the drawbridge going out of the city, and then just another crow. Thought it was cool. So Dubrovnik was the scene for King's Landing for Game of Thrones. And so here's a map of all the different filming locations, and then on the back it talks about the different filming locations. And then here's our tour guide, and she's showing us, so here's a picture of what she's showing us here and what scene was filmed there, so we could see all of the different, what it looked like in the final show versus what it looked like in real life. And this is a famous scene where Cersei does her walk of shame. So that was cool to stand up on the steps and kind of look down and see where she did that. And then also, as part of my design for this album, I got these page protectors. They're from scrapbook.com. They have 2 vertical 4x6 and then 3 horizontal 4x6, and then this 2x12 pocket. And so I decided to use this pocket to create journaling about the photos because I wanted to remember what they were and where we were. And then here's just a page of us eating. We went and found this restaurant that was American style hamburgers, but we're sure it wasn't American style hamburgers and French fries, but it was fun to eat there. More photos from around Old Town. Gelato, had to get the gelato. And then this was the sunset that night. So then we were back on the cruise. It was a day of, a sea day. That's what I'm trying to say. So a day that we were traveling from Croatia down to Malta. So here's kind of our path. We were here at the time I took this photo, but then we were on our way to Malta. So not a whole lot going on that day, just us. We sat in this bar on the cruise ship and just looked out at the ocean all day. That was fun. Drinks. Cruise ship drinks. All right, and then we get to Malta. So we were in Valletta, Malta on April 22nd. Here's the map of Malta and just some pictures from around Malta, which you guys probably can't see them very well. Our travelogue for the day, my journaling, cruise itinerary, and just that morning we had ordered room service and had breakfast out on the ship balcony. There's some pictures of Malta. It has this big wall that goes all the way around it. And this picture, I was so excited because they actually had Diet Pepsi there, and I was like happy, happy, happy. We went on the hop on, hop off sightseeing bus there. So this was our map from the bus, and this is the actual map. It's like all crinkled and I love it. So I just laminated this and put it in here and just added this little tab on here, and you can feel like the ridges. I just like how it feels. It's very tactile. So we went to this place called Medina. It's this old town in Malta, sorry. And so that's what we did as one of our stops on the sightseeing tour. Just pictures of us on the bus. This is us in Medina. So it's a walled city from 700 BC. There's me. Okay, so I have to tell you this story. So they have this really cool red photo booth there, and I was like, I need a picture of myself in this photo booth. So I had Kevin take a picture of me. This is what it turned out like. So I was hoping to get one like this with me looking out the door. This is some random guy in there, but this is the only one I had. So this is what I got. And then just me in front of, this is just someone's house there, and it's right next to this church and with lots of tourists. I don't know if I like living there, but it was really cool. It just had all like these little alleyways like this, and then every once in a while you'd see a door that would go into someone's house. So we got lost on the hop on, hop off bus because they had all these different lines and you had to be at different sides of the street in different locations to pick it up. And for some reason, we just couldn't figure it out. And we got stuck for like 2 hours in front of this building, just sitting there waiting for the right bus to come by. And we finally figured out where we were. Then we went and got lunch. So Kevin ate rabbit, which is interesting. And it was really nice. It had a view of the ocean. I only had one thing that I wanted to keep from there, but I wanted to keep it, so I created this whole page and just stuck it in there. Cruise itinerary. This is another day when we were at sea. So we were going from Malta up to Rome. Cruise ship drinks, and then we played 80s music trivia that day. Okay, and then we get to Rome, and we were in Rome on April 24th, 2017. It's a picture of the Colosseum. So you'll see lots of pictures of the Colosseum in here. Just me and Kevin in front of the Colosseum. Our travelogue. This is my travel journal. Just another picture of the Colosseum. Definitely dream destination, as amazing as expected, and still in awe for sure. And out and about in Rome. I will link where I got all of these digital stamps from down below in case you're interested. But there was tons of graffiti in Rome, all over the place. So I had to get a picture of that. It was just crazy to me that there was just graffiti on everything. Rome map. And then more places around Rome. So we were on a bus on our tour that took us from Rome, and then we went over to, where else did we go? Oh, we went to the Vatican. So we were there, and we went to Trevi Fountain. So I think, yeah, that's in this album. So lots of time on the bus that day. So pictures of us on the bus. That's Kevin on the bus. And we had headphones, and they would tell us about the different things, excuse me, the different sites as we were driving by. I was amazed to see a pyramid just in the middle of Rome. I had no idea that they had a pyramid. So that was cool. It was built in 18 to 12 BC. And then more stuff around Rome. So this is the Pantheon. This is, what is this one? See, I have to look at my notes. The Fountain of Castor and Pollux at the Palazzo del Coronel, which is the residence of the President of the Italian Republic. This is the American Embassy in Rome. And then these are the Michelangelo steps. So I thought I had gotten the Spanish steps, but I didn't. They were the Michelangelo steps. And then my postcard. This is another one from Eric Garrents, from the artist from France. Just another view of the Colosseum. This one's really cool. It shows all the different layers of the Colosseum. And you can kind of get a sense of how large it is because of the size of the people in the photo. But the bottom, so there used to be the arena floor right here, and the floor is gone now on most of the Colosseum. So you can see down into the basement, which is where they kept all the animals. And I like that you can see the different layers of the brick. So they had like big, I think I have a better picture over here. They had like these big, large stones, and then on top they did the brick. It's just amazing, like how did they build that? I did also include from our guidebook, so I copied pages out of the guidebook and included them in the album, so I have more information if you want to go that detailed when you're looking through this album to see like more information about the Colosseum. And our tickets from that day. This was our guide. We had to follow him around. He had a little sign that said F, and he's like, "Do you see my F?" And so we heard that all day long. Just again, us at the Colosseum. More pictures of the Colosseum and us on tour. And then this is a picture going down into the basement. And then we went to Trevi Fountain, which was so crowded. It was crazy. It was hard to get pictures without anybody else in them. Here's my 2 coins. So you have to toss 2 coins into the fountain. And the first coin is that a wish to return to Rome. And then the second coin is whatever the wish is that you want. In case you didn't know, we were at Trevi Fountain. Trevi Fountain, Trevi Fountain. Here's a picture where you can see all the people there. And I have a video of this Trevi Fountain Plaza, which I will try to insert at the end of this video, so you can just see how crazy it was there. Just another view. So I was not able to get the fountain into one shot. So either I could get the lower half with the water, or I could get like this one. I'd have to do a pano so you could see the top, but then you can't see the sides. So it's really hard to get a picture of that with the camera that I had. And then we went to Vatican City, which was amazing. Another highlight of my trip for sure. We went to St. Peter's, and here are pictures. So there's me. This one was cool because I took this from the guidebook and labeled the places that we went. So there's the papal altar, and then there's me at the altar in front of it. So you can kind of get an idea of what these things look like when you're there in real life. And the only thing that I want to say about this is that I remember the most is that I felt like an ant. I was just so small. It was just huge. And so like in this diagram, you can see these little black dots. Those are all people. So you can get a sense of the scale there. It was just massive. And there's us in St. Peter's Square. And then we went to the Vatican. There's our tour guide again. There was huge lines wrapped all the way around the Vatican. I think you would have been in line for hours and hours and hours, but we were able to skip all the lines because we were on a tour. So that was fantastic and well worth the price to be on the tour so we could do that. So you can just see all the people lined up. Here's inside. You can see the hall, one of the halls inside the museum. Just really ornate, beautiful ceilings, sculptures all over, and very crowded. Here's our tickets. So I didn't want to glue down my tickets. So for here, I actually left them in pockets so I can take them out if I ever want to. Hopefully they'll stay archive safe in there. And then the last page on this album is more of the Vatican and us going into the Sistine Chapel. So this is, it's not a great picture. Hopefully you can see that. But this is going down, you had to go down this hallway and wait in line here to get into the Sistine Chapel, and there were no windows. It was hot, and there was only these like fluorescent lights, and it was wall-to-wall people, and it was so claustrophobic. It was not fun at all. I had to mentally force myself to just get through it. It was really difficult, but I did, and it was very much worth it. The Sistine Chapel was probably my favorite thing of the whole trip, just being there. You can't take photos inside the chapel, so I found these online, but these are pictures of what it looks like inside. So all the people are standing behind this gate here, so you can't go in front. And then you can look up at the ceiling and all the things on the wall. This is just a close-up more of what the ceiling looked like. And then, of course, the famous Creation of Adam painting from Michelangelo. Again, I included stuff from the guidebook here. And I liked this because it tells you what every single part of the Sistine Chapel, what the painting represents. So that was very interesting, and I liked that, and I wanted to include that in here. And then again, just ending it with another picture of the Sistine Chapel. All right, so let's go on to the second album. We made it to Venice! Woo! We are now taking our water taxi away from the airport. I don't know where our driver is. Oh, there he is. Sometimes you're just standing here and a gondola goes by. No biggie. Oh boy. Kevin is working on about 3 hours of sleep or less. Oh, there was like 10 of them that just went by. Now none of them are.
So we're at Cafe Florian, and we're pretty sure the waiter's gonna bust out with the hot chocolate song. There he is. Oh, kind of missed him. He's gonna be like the Tom Hanks hot chocolate song is gonna come out anytime now.
You have to ask him for our check.
Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. More hot chocolate, please.
We're on our romantic gondola ride for 2. Ciao.
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 Questo chiudo. Vengo che sì.
What did you do last night, Bob? Me and the wife had pizza. What did you guys do? We watched Friends. Wow, Friends is funny. Damn funny.
Prossima volta ti ne offri ti. Speriamo.
Bells have been ringing for ages. What do they mean? They're gonna hang somebody.
Here we are on our way to our cruise ship in a water taxi. Say hi.
Hi.
There's another ship too. That one's ours. Hello. We just got to our stateroom on the cruise ship and we laid down, and that was a big mistake because now we can't move. The jet lag is real. What are you doing? Okay, good night. Say good night.
Good night.
Bon voyage! We just took off. Just barely. Yay! Say hello. We're out on our balcony. We're not at the party. There's a party. Everyone on the ship is pretty old. Yeah. We're like some of the youngest people here.
We're the hottest people on the ship.
Thought I would do just a quick video of our stateroom since we're spending a lot of time in our stateroom today. We have a sea day. So here's the couch. We have our backpack on there, extra clothes. That's the bed. Over here we just have our electronic stuff plugged in, and then my clothes are in these drawers here. Mini bar, fridge up here. We have our safe, and then I have a book of all of our paperwork and stuff like that. In this closet right here, those are all of Kevin's clothes and shoes are in that closet. all his folding clothes, I should say. And then all of our hanging clothes are in this closet. Shoes, laundry bags, suitcases are back in that corner. And then right when you walk in, we have like a bag full of medicine and stuff like that. And then bathroom bag hanging on the door, my hair towel. And then our toiletry bag is down there. We brought laundry soap so we can do some laundry because we didn't bring enough clothes for the whole time. And the shower. And I think that's it. Bye. Hello from Dubrovnik, Croatia. We are in an alley. We found a little burger joint. Kevin's having some kind of local beer. And texting Craig. This is where we are getting our lunch from. And like this alley. It's very cool here. Oh my. Now it's working. We're walking through the streets of Medina, which is a medieval castle type thing. I don't know. Videoing you. Pretty awesome. Like all the little streets are really tiny and cars definitely drive through here. And I think we're coming up to a square. St. Peter's Square.
I close the door, you mug.
We are out on the balcony enjoying our view of ocean. Nothing but ocean. Ocean, ocean, ocean. Not even clouds in the sky, really. Yep. The water is really, really blue. So blue.
Into the fountain, to toss into the fountain. It's a long tradition. You probably know about Trevi Fountain. So if you toss 2 coins backwards to the fountain, okay, right hand, left shoulder, or left hand, right shoulder, okay. First coin to come back to run, the second coin to make a wish, okay. That's a long tradition of the fountain.
Guarda!
This is what you do to see the fountain in Rome.
Andiamo là allora, dai. Aspetta, andiamo un attimo là.
It's just a little bit crowded. Okay, go for it. One to come back to Rome, one for a week.